Welcome back, everybody, into a place where I think you'll find some familiarity if it wasn't for a few little things. And if you guys haven't seen this place already, we're standing inside the Nether, which hopefully is a surprise to someone who hasn't actually caught up with the series completely, coming back today and may have a few cues as to where we are that might not seem that way. And yeah, this is the Nether tunnels. I guess the title probably gave it away, but that's alright. Today we are going to be working in these Nether tunnels, and a quick little walkthrough because I've done work here and there, not too much, but a few little pieces. And I guess a few places so we know exactly where we're standing. This portal here marks the very first town. Kind of a boring area right now. We'll get to that in the future. That's not today's project. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing here in the Nether Hub. We're going to be fixing it, and I feel like I'm using the Nether Hub word kind of loosely because it's not really a hub. It's just interconnected series of tunnels. Whereas a hub kind of gives you the impression that you can go to one place and move off to different directions. This is not going to be that way. In fact, it might seem that way now, but give us some time. It's soon going to be a big, confusing, but hopefully good confusing area. So, of course, there is the Snow Village. We walk over here, and we're on our way to our main large city, which has been worked on recently, and I might show you guys a bit later. It's looking mighty, mighty fine, and I think that'll be a good place to at least check out the episode. Bam. There. We've got ourselves, check out the episode. What the hell is that, Jansey? Check out in the episode. There we go. The spawn portal, still broken, but we'll fix it. And then going up here, this is where we worked last episode, and I've done some little changes. There are a lot of suggestions for this place, and it's actually very cool to see this concept being liked. I was a bit worried with this one, honestly. Normally I just kind of do whatever I want in the world, which is, I guess, the best way to do things. But a lot of the time I wonder how much people will like it. I wonder how much people will think the idea is a working idea or not, or you know how it is. It's just sometimes things can be quite hit and miss. But for this one here, for some reason, people have absolutely loved this idea, and I love the fact that you guys loved it. So right over here, this is where we were working in the last episode, from around this piece here, which we started to bring in some sky, and hopefully get this tunnel to feel as if you're just starting to go a bit more out of this extremely dense woodland forest into what's going to become, very obviously today, the city, which I've done a bit of work here. So we've got the floor, we've got little walls built up, and in fact, these walls I was planning on hopefully doing a bit of stuff on today, but we're not going to be decorating them all too much just yet. The main reason I've needed them is for things like these. And there. Still no, oh man, I really need to get a looting sword on me. I've got this one, I guess, actually. Yeah, that would have been better to have done that with. But yeah, we've got ourselves this area here now looking pretty good, but the blazes have been the biggest problem. Blazes spawning in there, shooting us over here. Blazes spawning over here, shooting us down there. Just a whole bunch of stuff, but let's get started. Enough of that. Let's get started on today's big thing. We look at this place here. I've been deciding, how do we choose the way we break up the roof, because that's a very important problem. This this roof over here, you can see, is interconnected with these little string blocks over there. Well, string entities holding up the concrete powder. And from first examination, from a fairly easy perspective down from down here, you won't notice them. But if you look very closely, you'll see them. So I don't think that that's a problem. And you can see I've gone over to the sides. We're going to have to hide that, and I'll get to that because I think we've got a good idea. But for this, switching between this roof, which is a higher height than this roof down here, that blue over there, that's actually probably about 2 or 3 blocks lower than this, which wouldn't have worked here. It would have come around here, which wouldn't have worked at all. So we have to break that up. And how we're doing that is by putting one of our first things for the city, which is a gatehouse, or a little bit of a bridge over that is going to act like a gatehouse. And in fact, we may have as well used this as a little opportunity to get a bit of light in this place, just over here. I'll actually break that one over there, just for now. So what we can do is we can start by just making ourselves a simple little gatehouse. It doesn't have to be anything spectacular. The real thing is, its purpose is less than what you might expect. Its real purpose is just to break up the tunnel as we go. And it's kind of strange how we're doing this. We're basically building this tunnel with the idea of fixing up problems with this tunnel. And it sounds quite counterintuitive, which I would agree, it is quite counterintuitive, but the idea is the tunnels are the main purpose. You know, that's our main thing. But most of the stuff we build here breaks the next thing, so it's fun. It's fine. We learn some stuff. We get to do some different sorts of builds along the way. I'm always down with that. So I would just want to kind of wing it and see what we could come up with here. My main thought with this is I want to make it obvious that you can perhaps look out over this bridge and into what's coming out from that side, what's going on from this side, and also, I guess, make it look kind of appealing. So let's do this. Let's bring a bit of the city into it. One thing I am renowned for, whether it's good or not, is my ridiculous use of bone blocks. I love these blocks. They're such cool blocks, and I do overuse them. And in the city, this is no exception. So maybe we could use some of these just to bring that clean look. I've got to keep checking back there, just in case we get hit by... Oh, actually, these are the big problems, I guess, this gap here right now. But just in case we get hit by blazes, they're not a good time. So maybe something like this, a little bit of a curve over here. And it's going to look, as I say, messy at first, and it'll start coming together, as we always do. So something there, something... No. Right. Get me that, please. Right down over here. There we go. Like that. A little bit of a smile or mustache, I guess, to this building. Now we can go up one more level, and the cool thing is, because this whole area's purpose is completely non-functional, we can take a few liberties here. And one of them is we don't have to have the inside looking quite as good as we would normally. So we don't have to think about the distance inside of this. We don't have to think about all that. It would be cool if they were completely functional, but you know what? I think that's another level of complexity we really don't need to put on ourselves. So that there. Let's get some of these guys in here, which I think actually will hopefully do a pretty good trick. Maybe a cobblestone wall in here somewhere. So we'll get those in there, get these in like that, and drop down. How's that looking? Okay, so you see that? That's actually... Oh, I thought that was a wither skelly. Once we've got these tunnels, I'm going to be filling in those kinds of gaps to make sure we don't have these issues. So now that we've got this, I want to put in a roof like that, and then we can start messing around with a few smaller pieces like this. But before we do that, I want to quickly show you exactly what I was talking about in the beginning of the episode, which is, I think, one of the cool little projects we've got going on here. Now, it looks like it's nighttime as well, so we'll walk over there. We'll have to sleep because I definitely don't want to be dealing with a bunch of mobs. And before I forget, let's just go here, get these, get the full stack of them, and then we'll go around and I'll show you what we've been working on in streams. Because, of course, if you guys aren't kept up with exactly what's going on in this world, we have just recently announced that we will be restarting in a new world, and this world will be continuing on streams. And I thought I'd give you guys a taste of how we're still going to be... Oh, yeah, ignore the messages. Nothing happened, right? Twice. But yeah, that's what happens when you get a magma cube through a nether portal. That's all I can say. You can't get out of it in that little nether portal we came through there. I got stuck. It was not a pretty sight, but we managed to get everything back. But yeah, what I was saying is we're going to be still working on this world. This big city is a project of mine I would love to see finished, and that's what we are going to be doing here. So this is a very basic stage that we're in here. This is what I actually do pretty much every time we build stuff. I go to these very plain blocks and then I start changing them out, so they're not all going to be spruce like this. But I guess just showing you guys the idea of this little town square area, or it's not a square, it's just a little circle, but it's a little area where people will walk through. It's got a bit more life to it than an average street, and we've started adding some things in here just to see buildings and stuff like that, and I think it's looking pretty good, and I just wanted to show this off because this is the sort of stuff we're going to be doing. A lot of these sorts of things, builds, large builds, small builds, take on projects like this area, the next one is that area, then we go just further and further along. It's all pretty cool stuff. So of course, if you guys ever do want to find that, there is the link to our Twitch channel, because we don't actually stream on YouTube, so that's an easy way to find us. And also, I like this little design we got going in there with a bit of color on the floor. It's looking quite wonderful, I think. So enough of that. That's what it's looking like from behind, and back to our builds in here. But yeah, if you guys ever want to catch that, of course, that's the kind of stuff we're up to right now, and it's actually been very fun. It's surprising because a lot of these buildings can get quite annoying, but I think now we've come to a stage where we've started to at least get control of our style in this place. And I know it feels like we've been there for a while, but it's quite a challenge to keep the same style going throughout an entire build the whole way. So here we go. This is where everything collapses. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, that makes... I know what's happening here. All right. We'll be smart about this. We'll break these two so we know where we are. Like that. And then we'll go up here. And also I've put my beacon here to make life a bit easier. Super, super close to that diamond beacon right now. So let's go up here and ender pearl over to... Yeah, it's not safe. We're right over lava. I really don't want to chance this one. Ender pearl over to there. So we'll just rip out a bit of this roof like this. And then whatever we don't need for the string, we'll break the string. And that one there is sadly going to have to go like that and that. Okay, I don't know what happened to that block. I feel like that block just disappeared. I might be wrong, but I feel like it disappeared. It shouldn't have broken against this, because this isn't a full block, but that's all right. Whatever, we'll get to that soon. So let's get into the roof of this place. And as I say, it doesn't actually have to make sense. So let's get started with that. It only has to make sense to ourselves. That's all it is. We can fool ourselves into thinking it's real. That's all right. So what we need to do here is switch out this one, I think, for one of those. Okay, this... Yeah, come on, Jansey, you got to think about this stuff. All right, that one didn't disappear. I might have been wrong about that, but I'm pretty crazy. I'm pretty sure I'm not going too crazy with that. So that there, we do that, and then we get in our cobblestone wall, and this is just going to make it look a bit more supported and make it look like this is actually held up properly. I think it's important to get some of these things in here. Oh, I can actually fit through there. I should have known that. So there we go. We now get in this over here. Oh. Right up. I see the problem. Right over there, and over there, and I guess that's going to fall down. That's fine. Like, the string is actually a big pain in the butt. It was a pain in the butt to place as well. That was the real problem with the string. It's so difficult to place without breaking, without falling off and breaking everything and all that. It's a real pain. But I'm just going to get rid of a bit of this. This is all right. Won't take too long to fix that up and get rid of these. So I've also got a solution for our blaze problem, because I've been getting hit by blazes. I've just recently, actually, just before I started this video, I fixed up this area here because it had got burnt down. Not very badly, to be honest. I was ahead of the game. Whenever I got hit by blazes, my first priority was get rid of blazes and get rid of any major fires in this place. And it seems like we've done all right with that. There we go. The string actually helped us. So we just have to do that over there. Is that right? Yes. And that there. And then one down there. And then over here, this is actually where we need these 2 blocks like this. So very simple bridge. Working? Yeah, okay. So what we need to do now is get this roof to merge into this. And that's obviously going to be a very painful situation. So I'm going to go and do that myself, because I can't put you guys through that. That is horrible. And I'll get that fixed up. So we need that bridge over there. We need to probably do I want to do another sort of thing like this down these sides here. So we feel as if this bridge over here is actually part of something else. It's not just a random bridge by itself. But that's starting to look very, very neat over there. Very, very nice closing off that area. Now, what I was saying was our blaze problem. Here are some fun facts, because I think a lot of people probably don't know about this. They probably know blazes are a pain in the butt when you try and work with a spawner, but the way blazes work in the natural spawning of them, and I think it's specifically that I don't know if they can. Oh no, yeah, that's not fun. You goodbye. Okay, and did it not hit anywhere? Okay, good. That was lucky. That was very lucky, actually. But yeah, what I was saying is they can spawn anywhere where there is a block level of 11. So here is a torch here, right? So if we look there, you can see over here in this corner, and then again, ignore these. You can see there's 13 block. We go over 1, that's 12, 11, and I'm fairly certain they can actually spawn in 11. I'm fairly certain. If not, it's just below 11. So they can actually spawn right there. And even though this place looks extremely well lit up. So that is a rather annoying thing, to be completely honest. It is very annoying for us over here. So what I would like to do is just go ahead and every few blocks, which I'm not a big fan of doing this. I'll completely say it. I am not a fan of slabbing over with or not slabbing, but you get the picture. Going over this with carpet. But the only solution, it seems like, is to actually do that. Go over these blocks with carpet and get it to work this way. And I'm going to try and be... obviously got a full inventory, that's all right. There we go. But I'm going to be trying to do this as randomly as I can. So let's do this here, and there, and there. Oh, I've also actually got something I figured out there, which this over here. Do we have any Do we have any blocks like that next to one of these? Yeah, look at this. This combination, the concrete powder with this mossy stone brick and the future cobblestone works so darn good. Look at that. Almost identical, which I'm going to be looking forward to using those two in the future. So let's go here. We'll get this out right there. Okay, let's hope we haven't ruined this place. I think the way we can get these to work is also to put a few more of those to make it look as if it's the case. You know what? We got to do what we got to do. I think that's going to work all right for us. It's a pity that we have to resort to that. I think there might be a few places we'll play it as we see it, but that's the only place I've been getting them spawning recently. So I'm guessing we're going to be all right down here. If we start getting them down here, I'll start working on it. But yeah, that's a real pity. There we have it. Look at that. A little bit different, but I think it's going to start working. Now, I guess this is a good point because I wanted to get here so I could explain to you guys exactly what we are doing with this, because we've been doing some stuff, just the building sort of things, but I wanted to explain my perspective of hiding the roof and hiding the connection, because that's very important. Now, there is a slight problem. We might have to move this roof up one block, which... slight problem for everyone, big problem for me, because that's a lot of work. But it's all right, I can do that if I have to, but I hope we can get around it. The point is to pull off the roof a bit further than what we are currently doing over there. You can see we've pulled it off there, and it looks like this could potentially just keep going past there. I think that's the illusion we want to give. I've also gone ahead and put a little way up. Just it gives a bit of decoration to that side and also makes it interesting. And not to mention we've done some minor shaping, things like that. I think they're looking pretty good. So that is the point. We want to make it as if this thing keeps going further that way and further in that direction, and we can actually take care of this right here, right now, right as we saying that. So let's go up here, do a quick check for any blazes or anything. I actually just recently got smashed by a few blazes, and it was not pretty, but don't worry. I've gone ahead, fixed up the stuff, but man, it is pretty rough getting hit by these blazes. I'll tell you that now. I actually thought ghasts were going to be our big problem. I didn't think blazes were going to be, but the problem with the blaze is very often they spawn in packs. So you very often get more than one to deal with, which is already a pain in the butt. And then, not to mention, they also end up shooting 3 different fireballs, which mostly don't go at you. So you can't even absorb the impact yourself. You've got to let your building take the other 2, which is even worse. I mean, I'm more than happy to take that double hit. You know what I mean? Or triple hit from the blazes, but man, it sucks when you get hit. It really does. Oh, out of there. Perfect. That there. Let's check this out. So just going up there, yeah, that gives that illusion. And now we can just take this up. I only want to go up to here right now, so let's go here. It's so... oh, I hear a ghast. All right. It's coming from that direction. Hopefully it's actually underneath this big island here and not out that way. If not, we are... We're actually not too bad, but we'll be a little bit messed up if it does come around here. So how about we get rid of these, drop that. We're going down into, oh, not lava. All right, good. So this is the plan with this. Get this wall looking as if it's hidden like that. And then we'll go ahead and put in, let's just get rid of these. This is, you guys are bound to see me mess up real bad, real soon. Just check that, no blazes. Yeah, this has been my whole day actually today. Check for blazes, no, we're good. Check for blazes, we're still good. Check for blazes, not good. You're rebuilding a bit of this place, but it's all right. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's not that horrible. It's just a matter of keeping your wits about you. And besides that, it's actually one of the fun things about building in the Nether. It's a little bit different. You know, you got to always in the overworld, your real thing you're worried about is creepers, and that's not that bad considering. The creepers don't create fire. I mean, imagine if creeper explosions created big, imagine they created little flames every now and then. Just one even. That would be the end of your builds most of the time, but we don't have that. Man, I don't even want to do much to this place. That is just blocking that off with this darkness as well. Oh man, that is looking so good. I don't want to do that, but I don't want to leave it at that, but yeah, that is very tempting when it looks as good as that looks. Is this all we have left on us? Okay, we might have to do another quick trip. But this is exactly what I'm picturing. An area like this where we can hide the roof. Okay, I'll get rid of these. There, just the first ones, like that. Where we can hide the roof and it starts to look as if we've actually got a sky in this place. For a lot of these pieces here, like that and that. It's a matter of us just putting the sky on these half slabs. And there, of course, that's in there. Hold shift, very important. And that's the end of us. Yeah. Okay. So let's get that out. Let's check that out there. Clean up that. And then take a little step back. Okay. We can fix that up real quickly. And it'll look semi-complete as well. Before I forget, those there. Eat some food. Don't want to be going out here on an empty stomach. Did I just see is it maybe particles from something? No blazes. Okay, good. That's got me now. I'm going crazy now. Oh, snap. There we go. And there we go. That was a very rare occasion when I get to deal with them before they before they shoot me down. So we'll go around here now and park over there. Get these out and fill up that there. This over here. And I'll replace this one, but for now, let's just do this so we can see it. It actually isn't working too bad considering. And that can go on that half slab. This is one of those and one of them. And let's have another look-see. You see, this is the only real struggle with the build in terms of the looks is this roof and hiding it. And just like that, I mean, considering that's fixed up and that's fixed up, we would just picture it. Let's just do that there. Well, that doesn't look too good, but that over there is exactly what I'm hoping for. You see you can see the city coming through in it, and not only can you see the city coming through in it, you can also see a little bit of a difference. You can tell that there's something a bit more cartoony to this, and I guess here's some of the stuff I haven't fixed. Something a little bit different to it, which I really love. Let's get a good perspective of it from down here. So what we're hoping for from down this end is for us to almost made it. I've done a few successful trips, but what we're hoping for from down here is that we get this perfect transition into from a foresty woodland forest. Well, that's what we're going for, like a very dense woodland forest vibe into a very much city vibe, and we want this to merge together well and ignore the shock box. So here, still in the forest, coming out, you can see the city. Picture those actually done and decorated. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff with those buildings. Just putting it out there. So coming up there. Oh, this is perfect. What this means over here, I haven't actually taken this walk here, but this over here works very well in hiding the back end of that building, which is actually non-existent. And that is a very, very good thing, because what that means is that we don't have to do any special stuff to that building. Oh, I don't want to do this. To this building on this side to make it look like it's an actual building, which is good. That's very good. We'll just do that then. Just hide it like that. Yeah, that is so good. All right. Fantastic. So that, I guess, is our gatehouse complete. I just got to fill in that there. I can see. But that's our gatehouse complete. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and call it an episode, because there's nothing I can start right now which won't take a long time, but it's definitely going to be well worth it when I do get started on them. So thank you everybody for joining me today. Of course, I very much appreciate all the cool support we've been getting here today. Well, recently, guys. So thank you very much for that, and I hope to see you in the next one.